right, got some DAZN rumors talking about Jaime Munguia. For people that rock with him or care, he could be coming back January 11th or as soon as December. And DAZN has a good little, at least name lined up for the beginning of next year. Let's talk about it. We back. Goodfellas Sports TV. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. And Jaime Munguia is expected to come back January 11th, but it could be sooner, December, and possibly against Jessie Vargas. Now, I believe Triple G will come back in February, probably versus that Camille Zermatta guy, the IBF mandatory. They still haven't made him the mandatory yet, but he could be coming back December. In February sometime. So DAZN got Jaime lined up for January, Triple G lined up for February, and probably Canelo lined up for May. But Jaime Munguia is expected to fight Jessie Vargas. And yes, he will be making his middleweight debut. I don't think a lot of people are aware that Jaime Munguia did vacate his WBO 54-pound title, junior middleweight title to be exact. And I think Patrick Teixeira and Carlos Adames is fighting for the vacant WBO title. And he will be making his middleweight debut versus Jessie Vargas. Now, Jessie Vargas has been fighting at 154 pounds. And I feel he started off at 140, I believe. And I feel people felt that he was a smaller 154. He didn't have a lot of punching power at 40. He didn't have a lot of punching power at 47. And I didn't really see him fight at 54 a lot. But it don't seem like he got a lot of power. And this seemed like the ideal tune-up for Jaime Munguia. This don't even get him acclimated to the middleweight division as far as fighting another middleweight foe. But I guess just get him another tune-up under his belt. And he was supposed to fight Jessie Vargas his last outing, but they decided to go another direction. And now Jessie Vargas will be getting his shot. He won't be getting a title shot, though. And that's unfortunate for Jessie Vargas because that's what he wanted versus Jaime Munguia. Unless Jessie Vargas just determines that he don't want to move up to middleweight. He want to campaign at junior middleweight and get a shot maybe at Charlo, Harrison 2 winner, maybe J-Rock, or maybe even a Adames Teixeira winner, or possibly if Terrence Crawford or Earl Spence move up to 54, he get a shot at him, get a shot at them down the road. But it's a little crazy, man, though. But I felt that Jaime should, beat Jessie Vargas. Even at 54, I felt he can beat him, but he got Eric Morales, and they're working on some new things with him, trying to hone his technical skills. And I felt that Robert Garcia would have been a great fit for him, but Morales is not a bad guy to learn from. And I believe if he got all the physical skills, he got the speed, he got the power, he got the size. And what's so funny about it, he wasn't willing to fight Jessie Vargas his last fight, but he was willing to fight Gennady Golovkin. Maybe the bag was a little bit different for Golovkin. But, now he could be fighting Jessie Vargas unless Jessie Vargas want to do something else. So I don't know if Jessie Vargas want to jump up to middleweight. I don't know if they're going to do it at a catch weight or he go up to 160. But really for Jessie Vargas, the only thing that could be really that can give him an incentive to move up is if DAZN pay him a ton of money to fight Jaime. Because other than that, if he fought him at 54, he'd have been challenging for a world title. You know what I'm saying? And I think he would have been a three-division world champion had he been able to beat Jaime Munguia. But I'm not sure if he got a real belt at 140, but they don't care. Regular belt, Intercontinental belt, WWE belt, they count it in boxing today. But I also heard it's a situation where it goes to the PBC people. If Dennis Hogan can upset Jamal Charlo and get the WBC, that DAZN is going to send Dennis Hogan a massive offer to rematch with Jaime Munguia because he got a title. And what I would imagine they would do is, if Jaime Munguia can beat Dennis Hogan again, you know what I'm saying, that they would do Jaime and Canelo Alvarez for the WBC title. So at the end of the day, Jaime Munguia is in a great position. And in that position that he in, he could be in an even better position if Dennis Hogan could beat Jamal Charlo. So I'm not sure if they open to doing Charlo and Jaime Munguia for the WBC title, but I do know if Hogan beats Jamal Charlo, DAZN is going to offer Hogan the Jaime Munguia fight. So I do know Charlo is a final 3 opponent option for Canelo when he moved back down after beating Sergey Kovalev next May. I heard that Canelo preference is Billy Joe Saunders, Callum Smith, and obviously the latter of the 3 is Jamal Charlo. So you might see a situation where if he don't fight in the UFC or another lucrative fight don't come up, like maybe a Pacquiao fight or maybe a Canelo, I mean not a Canelo fight, or maybe a UFC type of fight, you could really see in actuality Canelo take on Billy Joe Saunders, Callum Smith next year, because he still is the regular WA super middleweight champion, and then he probably can take on Jamal Charlo. But right now, Demetrius Andrade is on his no-go zone. Triple G is on his no-go zone. And it's also a situation where you might get Triple G versus Jaime Munguia next year as well. So they're going to try to give Munguia a belt, but it really is predicated on availability. I don't know. Oscar said he was open to doing Jaime Munguia and Jamal Charlo. If Jamal Charlo look vulnerable versus Dennis Hogan and they invite him over to fight Jaime Munguia, then they probably going to try to rob Jamal Charlo. They also can have Danny Jacobs come back down, you know what I'm saying? And he said that he a lot of people didn't know he moved up to 168 to fight Chavez. And he told Charlo that, he'd think about it after he fights Chavez, he might come back down. So Jaime Munguia got some options. You can be Danny Jacobs. Obviously, Jessie Vargas, like he the leader in the clubhouse for the January 11th for December fight. And then they could also be looking at Dennis Hogan if he beat Jamal Charlo, Canelo Alvarez. So they got a nice little path for Jaime Munguia, but he got to continue to improve and change some things up and get technically better. He take a lot of punishment and he leaves himself open, but he definitely got the skill set to do so. But he going up to middleweight, he might have more energy, he might hit harder, he might be slower, he might be more sluggish. We gotta wait and see, but let's see what the work that Morales put in with him, if he can get better or not. But I think fighting Jessie Vargas at middleweight ain't too much of a, how can I say, it ain't too much of a middleweight debut. I think he should have fought somebody else that's more of a natural middleweight, but he probably gonna be bigger than most natural middleweights. Amongst the big middleweights, you probably gonna put him in their debut as one of the more bigger, physically imposing middleweights. Don't mean he the most physically talented, but Jamal Charlo a big middleweight, Andrade stature-wise, height and length, he's a big middleweight. If Danny Jacobs come up, stature-wise, height, length-wise, he a big middleweight, bigger than Canelo, bigger than Golovkin, they're bigger than Derevchenko, and I haven't heard nothing about him potentially fighting Derevchenko. I don't think that's a risk they're gonna take with that kid by fighting Sergey Derevchenko. I wouldn't take that risk, but you can see Golovkin and Jaime. You can see Golovkin and Hogan. You can see Golovkin and You can see Golovkin and Jaime. You can see Jaime and Charlo. You can see Jaime and Hogan. You can see Jaime and Canelo. You can see Jaime and a lot of different guys. I doubt Derevchenko. I doubt Danny Jacobs. But at the end of the day, he about to make his middleweight debut, and it's probably gonna be versus Jessie Vargas. And I just don't think Jessie Vargas poses a threat. Him going up another weight class, which I felt like 54 was out of his truth. In a certain certain opinion, 147, he was strong, but he can't punch. So he really ain't a great boxer. Jessie Vargas is very, very basic in his approach. He good at what he do, but he very, very basic. You know what I'm saying? He don't have the fast twitch muscles. He ain't gonna slip, or he ain't got the flashy hand speed. So at the end of the day, it's just really a glorified tune-up for Jaime Munguia, man, as he tries to make his way back up the ladder at middleweight. But, at the end of the day, he got to fix some of his deficiencies. And if he do that, I think he could be in the game with a lot of different middleweights. But, hey, it's Goodfellas Sports TV. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. Share the video. Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Help Blaze, at thehelpblaze.com. Promo code Goodfellow1Boxing. Get you 18% off the 100% all-natural products, lotion soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, deodorant, toothpaste, hair pomade, much, much more. Website, promo code in the description. And don't forget, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. Quickest way to get in touch with me is email and Twitter. All those links in the description. Want to make a donation? That link's in the description as well. Best way to donate is share the video. And y'all let me know what y'all think about Jaime Munguia, potential matchup with Jessie Vargas. One time for the one time. CJ Goodfella, Goodfella Sports TV. We gone.